Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Jama'a, assalamu alaikum. Alaikum salam, and welcome to Johnny's Bite. It's Wednesday, the first day of the month of November, the 11th in the year 2023. We're grateful to God Almighty for granting us life and to be alive to make our own contribution to national issues. And yesterday somebody met me and says, Johnny's Bite has become the morning devotion, because right when I finish praying, the next thing is to cap it with Johnny's Bite, because without Johnny's Bite in the morning, I feel incomplete. I thank you all very much indeed, all those who support Johnny's Bite, those who pray for me increasingly every day, and those who share feedback and etc. and information with me. Thank you all very much indeed. When we finish Johnny's Bite today, as usual, we'll activate the phone line so you get a chance to talk. Now, there's the first issue I want to talk about today is the fact that our trotro drivers and trotro mates are becoming corrupt. They are becoming corrupt because they think that they are the ones who are the only hungry people in this country when we all are in dire straits. So that, for example, if they have to, a journey that would have taken maybe from Kwashiman all the way to Kaneshi, which could have taken 5 cities, 50 pesos, they will move from Kwashiman and come to Odoko, and then they will move to Odoko and come to Kaneshi, and then they will charge 2 separate fares, which will be more than the 5 cities, 50 pesos. They are not the only hungry people in the country. And I'm addressing the drivers' unions. Because when fuel prices increase and then you want to increase your fares and then the people fight you, we are the very people who come and advocate for you. So now that your members are profiteering off the people unfairly, you should be able to tell your people that stop. FDA engine to Munjai. How is it that the driver has loaded, people into the vehicle? People are on board. The driver intends to get to Kaneshi from Kwashiman or maybe from Swotum, whatever it is. But the driver will first come to Kwashiman, and then when they finish, they start. So they, instead of saying Kanesh from Kwashiman, they will say, oh, from Kwashiman, they'll say, oh, Awoshi, they'll say, oh, Kwashiman. When they get there, then they will stop, and then they will collect new money from the people, and then they will start saying, oh, doko, and they will collect another money from them before they bring them to Kaneshi. Why do you people do that? Why do you people do that? And the driver unions are aware of what is happening. They are part of the problem. So change your lives, because we are all suffering together. You are not the only ones suffering. You are not the only ones who are hungry. We are all hungry together. And if we are all trying to support ourselves, why do you decide to profiteer over the people? Why? Now, yesterday I showed you some desks that have been abandoned. Oliver, go to yesterday's folder. You see some desks. And I said that this was at Kaneshi Anglican JSS, Kaneshi Bishop 1 and 2, St. Joseph's School was there. I saw it 2 weeks before I left to South Africa. It's been there for 3 weeks, maybe more. But when I saw it, it was 2 weeks before I left. I've been back. It's been 3 days since I've been back. So maybe 4 weeks. You can do that equation. Show me that video. The decks were left at the mercy of the sun. In the mercy of the sun, at the mercy of the sun. Yesterday, I went back there because yesterday, before I came to work, it had rained. So I went back there to go and check if the desks were still there. The children were playing in the compound and the desks were still in the sun. So I asked myself, where is the headmaster? Where are the headmistresses? Where is the circuit supervisor? Where is the district supervisor? Where is the regional supervisor? Where is the national supervisor? I kept asking myself those questions. That the desks were left at the mercy of the weather. Right there. Yesterday it had rained. So the children were playing. That's a patch of water there. And it was right there. They had left it in the sun for more than 3 weeks. And then they left it in the rain as well. Then they will come and say that the government is not providing desk for us. Meanwhile, the government has provided the desk and you have left the desk there. What will it take to ask these people? When we're in Saito, in JSS, in that same school, Dela and I, Pakwesi Asari and David Mingle and all of us, we used to pack our own desks. We used to sweep. What kind of nonsense is that? And everybody is watching. We are all okay. We are all fine. We are all okay. The desk that was procured with taxpayers' money is out there. So there's metal and there's wood, and we have left it at the mercy of the weather. We know that when water touches metal, it corrodes. We know that when water touches wood, it has its own impact and effect. And we have left it there. There's something clearly wrong with us. Today, I'll go there again. Go and see if it's there. And if there's any supervisor, if not, I will start putting the pictures of the headmasters, the headmistresses, the supervisors. I'll put their pictures on TV tomorrow. People have to be responsible. They have to be responsible. And speaking of education, the Ghana Education Service, you remember the West African Secondary School thing? Dr. Shinofori, I told you, fantastic English teacher by all sorts. They said that Dr. Shinofori was collecting monies from a PTA and from parents to support what government had failed to provide. Then they said they had suspended Dr. Shinofori of West Africa Secondary School and that they were going to investigate and publish the results, just like the investigation, the report of the investigators they did in Ganasco. Is it Ganasco or Ganas? The school where they were using the toilets for dormitories. They said they were going to publish GES. They said they were going to publish the report. They have not published that. Kulem Andaji. They have reinstated Dr. Shinofori at West Africa Secondary School. You embarrassed a PhD holder and make it look as if she is the one who is extorting money from people as an institution when you have failed to provide the basic necessities for the people. And then when you finish, you reinstate a Kulem to cover up your shame. GS, shame on you. Ministry of Education, shame on you. Where is the report on the investigation of Dr. Shinofori of West Africa Secondary School? Where is it? You have reinstated her Kulem. Where is the report? You have failed to provide the basic necessities for the people. The headmasters and headmistresses are trying so hard to convince parents and all students to come and support the schools to provide basic things that the students need. And you are there showing power play. A PhD holder. Where is the report? You have reinstated Dr. Shinofori. Yesterday, I went to wash myself. They didn't see me. I go to a lot of places that people don't see. You have reinstated her. Where is the report? GES, the shame is on you. Where is the report? Publish the report that says that the woman has done nothing wrong, and that is why you have shamefully reinstated her. Publish the results, GES. All you know is to muzzle people and put people in court. Publish the results of the report. Publish it. Publish it. Publish the report that says that Dr. Shinofori was not doing anything illegal. That's why you have reinstated it. Publish the report. Shame on you. And that is what you go about doing to teachers and headmasters in this country. So they cannot speak even though they suffer. They can't speak. They cannot speak. They cannot speak because you victimize them. That's what you people do at the GS headquarters. Small thing, they say come to headquarters. Small thing, that the teachers are afraid. Meanwhile, the capitation grant and the things that they need to run the schools, you don't give them to them. And then you have all become politicians. Like our controller and accountant general. He says he's going to vie for MPship. Controller and accountant general, just like COP Alex Mensah. And we also saw how Lawyer Atacha was busily trying to protect him at the table when the probe was ongoing, that the man says he belongs to the UP tradition. When they were probing further, he says it would have an impact or effect on his benefits, etc., that he would get. Meanwhile, the man, a few days after his retirement hit, he said that he has been an MPP member, a card-bearing member. He has been paying his dues and all. That is perjury. I'm looking at the committee, how they will deal with that matter. Now here's your Controller and Accountant General saying that he wants to become a member of parliament. There's nothing wrong with it. But you know, you cannot aspire to become a member of parliament on the ticket of the political party if you have not already been a member of the political party. If you have not been a committed member in good standing, paying your dues and other commitments to the party. So was he a political Controller and Accountant General? Or was he a neutral person acting in the interest of everybody else? You see why it's become difficult these days when you talk to government officials. When they make speeches, they can't even mention the national cake again because the bakery is missing. The bakery, national cake. These days when government officials speak, do you hear them talk about the national cake? The bakery ran out of sugar, flour, butter, everything else. The bakery is missing. The baker is gone. There's no national cake. Because Professor Adair says there are people who are looting. They are looting as if there's no tomorrow. Have they denied it? No. They have not denied it. They cannot deny it. They cannot deny it. Yesterday, I showed you something from the National Theatre. Yesterday. Show me the board members of National Theatre. And these days, that's how I approach it. Every state-owned institution has board members. And every state institution, when it begins to run down, the board members must be held accountable because the CEOs or managing directors work to the board. Show me the pictures of the board members. Just splash it on the TV. Let's put their pictures up there. The board members of the National Theatre of Ghana. These people are board members. The CEO is the one in the middle. The National Theatre is smelling. See, Nana Fredio of Riata is the chairman. Ajetiana, the actor, is there. Professor Samuel Neusu is there as well. They are all there. They are all board people, board members of the National Theatre of Ghana. When you enter the auditorium of the National Theatre, it smells a bong ejefun. Now, I ask a question. While you just keep putting the pictures of the board members up there, I ask a question. Is it true that the National Theatre has no air conditioners of its own in the auditorium? And that is a private person who runs the air conditioners at the National Theatre. And that when you finish paying for the auditorium, you pay another 7,000 cedis to this private contractor, which the National Theatre gets a cut from it. Is it true? Not so long ago, if you sat at the top at the National Theatre, you will feel the heat. You see the beads of sweat drenching your dress. National Theatre. These are your board members. They take board allowances. They go to board meetings. The National Theatre is a gift. It was a gift from the Japanese government. We didn't build it with our money. The National Theatre is collapsing. 12 years of mismanagement. Dr. Otabil said the National Theatre is malnourished. These are your board members, ladies and gentlemen. Nana Fredio Furiata is a cousin of the President of the Republic of Ghana. He's my friend. I call him Ninana. He's my good friend. Ajeti Anan is my friend. Abdullah Abu is a media colossus. He's my friend as well. But these are your board members of the National Theatre. The question is, have they delivered excellently on the job? Have they delivered on the job? Have they been able to deliver? The National Theatre stinks. I'll take you to the washroom of the National Theatre. But I'll give you proud notice so that your breakfast is not messed up. The auditorium of the National Theatre. Show me the video from yesterday from the National Theatre. And you know, the National Science and Maths quiz happened. I wish that the president had appeared at the National Theatre. Because Kojo Oponkroma was at the National Theatre. The education minister was at the National Theatre. The education minister was at the National... Oliver, go into yesterday's folder. Play me a video from the National Theatre. The ministers were there. We have visitors coming to the country. And I was born and bred at the National Theatre because Fan World, Kida Fest and the rest, from the Koko Amate few days to the Efo Kojoma Ugbe days to the Dr. Abdallah's days, now to this current director. Look at it. Just look at the National Theatre. This is the VIP section or VIP area. The chairs are broken. They have put plastic chairs or metal chairs in between somewhere. The place smells. If you go and hire the National Theatre and you don't put glade Glade refreshener there. You cannot sit there. A bong smelling. Smelling. Yesterday, again, when my people went to the National Theatre, the whole place was dirty. NSQ finished. As of 11 a.m., the whole place was dirty. I'll bring you that video. Look at it, VIP area. This is the VIP area. Look at the chairs, National Theatre. 12 years of mismanagement. Look at it. But the president is not interested in changing hands at the National Theatre. Roverman Productions has stopped using that place. They are going to use the place at Burma Camp. Uncle Ebo White. They are going to use the place at Burma Camp. There are many productions that have stopped using that. And you know, it's painful because the National Theatre is properly crafted for theatre. If you're a theatre person, you understand what I'm talking about. The curtains, the lights, everything else. And we are deliberately running down the National Theatre. So Latif Abubakar of the Globe Productions, he does a lot of productions. He would rather use the conference center. Uncle Ebo White of Roverman Productions, my own uncle, he would rather use another place at the Burma Camp. Those who are determined to ensure that, oh, we still want to use the National Theatre, whatever it is, the place is smelling. The National Theatre, a whole bong ejefu is smelling. It is smelling. Show me the board members again. They are supposed to be working and giving direction and vision. I said there is work experience, there is managerial experience, and there's directorial experience. The people on the board of the National Theatre, can they put forward their directorial experience? Can they put forward their managerial experience? Can they put together their work experience? And if they have those qualifications, which I do not doubt, how is that impacting on how the National Theatre is being managed? The National Theatre of the Republic of Ghana. A gift that was given to us. Some of them will get angry. I don't care. How profitable is the National Theatre of Ghana? How? How profitable is the National Theatre of Ghana? The leadership must change. But Nana Akufo-Addo, he won't change it because his family and friends first. Finish. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's wrap up. Play the Anas Principle video for me. The president, while he was in opposition, that's my final video. While he was in opposition, said, oh, when I come into power, I will use a series of measures, including the Anas Principle. Today, the Anas Principle has been used like people like Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng to tell us who and who has been involved in Galamsey. And we say it is no longer, we don't have anything, they didn't show anything. And I can tell you a list of instances where, for example, the president will say, bring me evidence. They give him the evidence, he says, oh, yeah, his attorney general, the other will put a white paper or whatever. He said he was going to use the Anas Principle. Now, that's the last video I play for you. And then we'll get into community voices. You can call me 055-924-2717, 055-924-2717, and 055-691-0154. 055-691-0154. Play the Anas Principle video for me.
Asampayeti